When women date younger, they're looking for someone to keep up with them, and when men date younger, they're looking for someone to put up with them. When women date younger, they're looking for freedom. When men date younger, they're looking for control. One is not the same as the other.
Of course, because you don't set boundaries in those relationships. When you date younger men, you give them everything as long as they do whatever you want. That's why even younger men are starting to stop dating older women. Today, we're going to look at baddie women are furious men are choosing peace over dating. Help us reach 1,000 likes on this video by giving it a like. So, without further ado, let's get started.
God forbid if a girl wants to date a guy that she's attracted to, that she finds hot, that she finds cute, that apparently is such a crime, because if you want that, that makes you vain. But I have yet to find a hot guy that has dated an unattractive girl. I have not seen one hot guy with an unattractive girl. Prove me wrong. But I have seen more stunning, gorgeous women with men that really, I would not even look at them twice. I probably know they have a heart of gold and they have an amazing personality, because we actually care about the personality of a guy. That can bump them up in our eyes to us. And we don't really care about the validation of our friends, because we're not dating to get validation from our friends. Where men really care about the status of their girl. Will their guy friends approve that she's hot? They'll actually take a hotter girl over a girl with a better personality. From my experience, I've noticed. I'm just saying. But the minute a girl says, oh no, I want to date someone that's attractive and hot and cute, they go, oh, you can't be picky in this, like, blah, blah. Y'all, come on.
I fear I have to admit something. I have a fat double standard when it comes to men and women, okay? Because, like, oh my gosh, it's so bad. It's funny, though, because, like, women in my book can do just about anything, and I'm like, yes, like, that's so good. A man? Like, example of a girl's, like, really tight with her mom. Period. Eat that up, bestie boo. A guy? No. Try again, honey. Another example is, like, if a guy's, like, social media is, like, a shrine for his girlfriend, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna applaud you. A girl having all of her social media be about her man? Are you okay? Do you need to be freed? Like, are you trapped? Like, someone check in on her. A girl has, like, a really good Instagram, period. A guy? Why? A girl can say the word bitch. A guy does it? Handcuffs immediately.
Stop it. Get some help.
And she's the one complaining about the double standard. Women in this country have almost all the benefits. I'd say society is adapting to women while leaving men behind. On top of that, that woman who says an unattractive man can't have a beautiful woman forgets that today, women aren't chasing good-looking men. They're chasing money, trying to get their hands on the bag. They don't care whether a man is attractive. If they see that he has the potential to become a successful athlete, suddenly there's a beautiful girl trying to get his attention because she's not looking for love. She's only looking for benefits.
Why don't men feel the need to approach women anymore, like for dating?
Because a lot of men really don't find it worth their time. And after what they've seen on social media, they've been told not to, and they've realized that a lot of women aren't worth approaching.
Like, it's actually wild. Like, I am not going to be the one chasing men anymore. I used to do that, and I just realized that those men are all weak.
I think that says more about a person's taste in men than anything else.
So, we're all the strong men, the ones that are leaders, the ones that go after what they want, the ones that don't give up. Because I'm not talking about stalkers or creepers. Please don't do that. Like, if I say no, then it's no. But, like, men don't even give effort now, and they're all, like, so afraid of, like, being turned down or being, like, turned away. So then they leave it up to the girls.
I have mentioned this before, but apparently it bears repeating. The reason a lot of those strong men that someone referred to aren't approaching is because, well, they listened to what a lot of women have been saying. They told them to leave them alone. So perhaps someone should take this subject up with those women that don't want men in their lives, because those are the ones you have to blame.
I feel like if it weren't up to girls, nobody would be dating each other. Somebody help the men out. It's crazy out here, and I'm tired of being the man.
Showing interest in a person and actually acting on it doesn't make you the man. That means you're an independent woman who's going after what she wants. But apparently, some women still want traditional gender roles when it suits their purpose.
Oh, hell no!
You know what's crazy and blows my mind? Especially about the patriarchy? Men will have such low standards for themselves and other men, but have women at such a high, unattainable standard. For example, right? Men have such low standards in terms that their fucking hygiene is congratulated. That them having empathy is congratulated. It's just the way that if a man has basic decency and the way that some women hold them to a standard of a toddler, they are automatically seen as, oh, he is one of the good ones. Oh, he is such a good boy. It's just like, dude, if a woman were to do the same shit that men did, she would be humiliated, yo. Like, you're telling me women are not only supposed to have basic human empathy, hygiene, basic things, etc., but they're also supposed to have these crazy ass unattainable body standards and settle for men that can't even wash their own ass. Miss me with that fucking bullshit. Fuck the patriarchy.
Women only want traditional roles with the men they're attracted to. If she doesn't like you, she wants you to leave her alone. Besides, you're the ones who wanted this. You're strong and independent women. Men bought into the message. Now they're chasing peace. They're not chasing women. They're chasing their future and their money. That bothers them because now we have what they claim to have: standards. We don't let just anyone into our lives because honestly, very few women today are worth it.
This is what a woman has to wear under her shirt. And this is what a man gets to wear under his shirt. Nothing. Why is it that women have to wear things under our shirts to hide those two things that poke out that men also have, when men are allowed to walk around and have those two things poking out at all times? Why is it that just because a woman has a little bit more fat around that area means that we have to cover it up? Why is it? Especially when it's hot outside. Why should I have to wear another garment of clothing just because we've got two things sticking out that men also have the same thing? They're the exact same body part. All women should be allowed to walk outside without being judged by anyone and everyone. They should be able to wear what they want and have no consequences. Why is it that men get to walk around and have their two go-go sticks hanging out, but women can't? Why is that classed as socially acceptable?
These are some double standards I have for women versus men with no explanation. Let's get right into it. Number one, when a woman knows she's hot, T, love it. A man, however, thinking that he's hot, ew, get over yourself. Next, we've got being obnoxiously loud, particularly in a bar. If I see a girl being loud and she's having a night out with the girls, absolutely. You drink those tequila shots. When I see a man doing it, be quiet. Get out of my face. Better yet, get out of the venue. And last but not least, being single over the age of 35. I see a woman that's, in almost in her 40s and she's single, absolutely, she's finding her person. When I see a man edging 40 who's single, what's wrong with you? What's your baggage? What have you done? Again, I know these are double standards. I'm not necessarily saying they're correct. I'm just being honest. It's the double standards that I have.
Gentlemen, let me tell you, I completely agree with the redhead. If you want to go through life like that, who are we to stop you? Now, this woman, with her double standard, conveniently sounds like she's describing the very things she would do herself, like being single after 35, because it looks like she's hit the wall and is in the denial stage. That stage is tough. The man has already moved on from her. And because she can't get that high-value man, she becomes bitter toward men. The denial stage is hard for women who've hit the wall because the wall doesn't forgive.
Women.
When are men going to start being men? I'm so sick and tired of this generation of men just all being so freaking feminine. Like, why do they all just react to everything instead of setting the tone?
Oh, this is just too funny. It really is quite amusing how many women out there really believe in gender roles, but only in so much as that it applies to men and what actually constitutes a man in their opinion. But let me gently remind a lot of women out there that are tired of men being in touch with their feminine side. This is what a lot of you actually asked for. You kept complaining about toxic masculinity and men being not in touch with their emotions. And now that a lot of men have actually done exactly what you have asked, you don't want them. Anybody else find that a tad bit ironic? but not nearly as ironic as a lot of women out there trying to actually say they know what a real man is, when if you ask them what a woman is, they probably couldn't give you an actual answer to that. That's the peak of irony.
Have you ever thought about how expensive men's hobbies are? Like, I did all this research for my book, Financial Feminist, about the ways women spend money versus men. And the frivolous spending, the spending that is the reason you can't get rich or the reason you can't get ahead, is only feminine spending. It's the lattes, it's the manicures, it's shopping, right? The reason women aren't rich is because they fucking have a shopping addiction. That is just a complete double standard, because men are out here spending so much money on NFL season tickets and sports betting, on golf and golf clubs, and on the video game console and the video games, and then the opt-up add-ins, whatever, in the video game. Yet, the reason we're not rich as women is because we spend money. No, I'm sorry. I'm calling out that double standard. That is absolute bullshit. No. The reason women aren't rich is because of systemic oppression.
So now apparently you're not a man if you refuse to put up with disrespect. That's the craziest thing I've heard in a long time. She's furious because apparently she got used to controlling a submissive man, and the moment he finally stood up for himself, suddenly she says she wants a masculine man, one who stays quiet and just takes it. And then they have the nerve to talk to us about equality. And to the last woman on the list, women are poor because, let's be honest, most of them are lazy. They wouldn't come close to doing what a man does, because the jobs that actually pay well in this country were built and are sustained by men. We've reached the end, but before we go, here are the questions for you. Have you chosen your peace of mind over chasing a woman? What made you make that decision? Have you ever been called ugly just because you had an attractive woman by your side? How did you react? If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.